Some state panels in the north have continued to receive petitions from individuals or police harassment. This development came despite the opposition stance of the northern governors against the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS). Recall that protesters stormed streets across major cities in the country for over 2 weeks in October to demand an end to police brutality and bad governance. The federal government had directed all state governors to set up judicial panels of inquiry to investigate complaints on police brutality or related extrajudicial killings with a 6-month time frame. Reacting to the directive of the federal government in creation of judicial panels, the 19 northern governors under the leadership of the Plateau State Governor and chairman of the Northern Governors Forum, Simon Lalong, kicked against the disbandment of the police unit, saying it has been useful in the fight against insecurity in the region. However, over 120 petitions have been submitted to various panels set up in some of the northern states. In Katsina, Abbas Bawale, chairman of the judicial panel, on Sunday told journalists that 61 petitions have been received from various individuals ahead of the public hearing, which would commence on November 23, 2020. Also, Mark Malan, registrar of the Plateau State panel, disclosed that as of November 13, petitions received by the panel have reached 30. The Taraba State panel has received 11 petitions. 16 have been submitted in Nasarawa, while Kwara has 10. Ajaratu Mohammed, Kaduna State Judicial Panel Secretary, also confirmed to the Cable that the state has received several petitions from indigents. Mohammed said although 3 petitions were submitted directly to her office, the total number of petitions received cannot be ascertained as the panel is yet to have its inaugural sitting. She confirmed that some petitions have received by the Nation Human Rights Commission (NHRC) in the state and some other parts at the local government level. Already 29 states and the Federal Capital Territory have set up the judicial panel of inquiry as directed by the federal government, but some of the panels are yet to commence sitting, while some are yet to receive any petition. The states yet to set up judicial panels of inquiry are Borno, Kebbi, Kano, Sokoto, Yobe, Jigawa, and Zamfara. The post, despite governors' denial of brutality, northern states received more than 120 petitions against SARS, appeared first on Within Nigeria. I don't think there's any need to blame them or whether they are denying or they don't deny. Of course, just like I've been saying and what I have noticed over the time, you see that all these Chibok girls or all these Dapchi girls that were kidnapped, this Boko, yes, here and there, you can never hear, if not recently, we just heard them recently because we were even surprised when Katsina people, residents, started coming out, and the people who have been speaking are the Southern Kaduna people who have come out in the recent times. But the surprising one was the one that happened in Katsina State. I think 1 or 2 protests occurred last year when this journalist woman, I've forgotten her name, Adiari or something, she led the protest when she was complaining. Everybody was like seriously? So you guys have been experiencing this kind of a thing? But if it's, when we talk about the level of insecurity that is going on in that place, if the people in the north are coming out every day by day for protest, it is enough for them to come out every day with the way things are going. But most of the time you see that it is the people from the southern part of the country, they are the ones that are always talking. It got to a time as if they cry more than the bereaved, because the people who are affected, they don't say anything. It's like it's part and parcel of them. So when some people came out when the actual NSAS was going on, the protest was going on, they say, oh, they don't, we need what is it called, we need SARS. The reason why they were doing it was just to counter people from the south, and it's fine. Just like the way they practice Sharia there, it's fine. And that's why people have been calling for restructuring, dissolution of power. Let each region, let them have their own law. Let them have where they do things. Let them develop at their own pace. Good and fine. Sharia has been going on there. Sharia cannot come to the southern part of the country to to kick off. So the way they've been practicing their Sharia, good and fine. And most of the time, when people talk about those who blaspheme in that area, you know what is obtainable, so you go with what is obtainable, and you face the music. If you go contrary to the Sharia law which they have put in place, you are in that area. So if they don't want it, the people would have come out. So most of the time I found out that the southerners are the ones who are always crying more than the bereaved. So when you talk about this insecurity, it doesn't affect them. They don't see it as anything, because somehow, whether it is interwoven with their religion. I don't know whether that is why they are always keeping quiet, or because of their own way of thinking, or their own mindset, or their own level of understanding and education. Maybe that is what is causing it, and the religion. Because most of the time you see that they are always comfortable with that. Even when the governors came out to say yes, or we don't, that this SARS, they've been helping us in security, we all know that they are lying. And the people kept quiet. They didn't say anything. They ought to have come out to say, no, you can't tell us that we have not been experiencing this kind of a thing. Well, maybe the numbers or the rate at which it happens over there, it's minimal compared to the southern part of the country. But when you talk about the real insecurity, that is where it is seated. It's well seated in that area. So when the governors came out, the people did not object to it, and they accepted it, and people believe that yes, that the SARS has been helping them, really helping them. When we hear about bandits and the Boko, or every now and then, and they still give them money to beg them to drop their weapons. So the people did not say anything. So the same thing that happened during when this palliative drama started, we saw all of them, those who were complaining, who were really saying the southerners are not doing well, they want to destroy this country, this and that. As soon as they saw what was happening in the southern part of the country, when the palliative that the governors were supposed to share, they didn't share. They themselves, they started doing the same thing, and people are like, can you imagine what they are doing? These are the people who were condemning the whole thing, and they said, oh, it was NSAS that brought it. And meanwhile, NSAS protest was not going on in that place, and yet they were all going to warehouses where the palliatives were kept. So the hypocrisy, it has always been there. So I'm not even surprised, because it's like that is their way of life. It's happening every day. The injustice, the poverty, everything is happening there. I think it dawned on the people when after 2019 elections, when we saw all the northerners in southern parts of the country, they went back to their region to go and vote Buhari, and you now came back again, you started begging, and that was when people now say, lie. Since you love poverty, nobody is going to give you anything. You are suffering, instead of everybody to come together, because whether you are from the south, whether you are from the north, we share the same problem together as far as the economy is concerned, as far as we are all masses. The people who are always on one side, across board, whether they are from the north or they are from the south, they are the politicians, and they are deceiving people. But one thing is that they are always using that, because they have that power to suppress people. But that does not mean that the people from the south, they don't talk. They still speak, but from from the other side, they don't talk. The intimidation is just too much. So no matter how you want to suppress the people, you can't. There's a limit at which you can suppress the southerners. That's why you see that when it comes to this issue of social media, they are very, very mad about it. They say, oh, they are going to do this. You don't want people to protest, and you don't want people to air their opinion on social media. Anything that is going to expose them, they will term it as hate speech. They will term it as fake news, and that's why they want to pass bill. See, all of them, they are shouting now. They want to do that. You are going to leave power. Once you leave power, and thank God that the records are being kept for each and every one of them that have been speaking against the masses. Your records will be played for you. But in as much you want to do that, or irrespective of what you are trying to do to suppress the people, you can't even get through. So the northerners, the whatever, they can continue to pretend for all we care. Let them continue to deceive themselves, continue to deny that they are not experiencing SARS wahala. But what they are even experiencing is even more than SARS. What they are experiencing, they cannot close their eyes. They in their various houses, they can't sleep with their two eyes closed. They can't do that. It's even what they are even experiencing is worse than the SARS of a thing. And just like I said, if that is what they want to continue to do, good and fine. Let them continue with that. We know that they are pretending about it. They are suffering in silence. but because of intimidations and the teaching they undergo, they can't even say the truth. But as far as the Southerners are concerned, these politicians cannot get away with all of these things. They can't get away with them. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.